My father fought in Korea right from the start with the United Nations and the British forces. He went into Pusan and crossed the Naktung and fought the North Koreans and the Chinese, or not the Chinese but the North Koreans, all the way up to the Yalu River. And when the Chinese entered the war and they withdrew back, he fought all the way back to Gapyeong, and shortly after that he was evacuated. My father didn't talk much about the war when we were young, but one thing that he always did talk about was the bravery of the Korean porters, who would carry up enormous loads of ammunition and food and water and all of the things that they needed to fight the battles. And also that they would carry the wounded and the dead down the backs of the hills to be buried and moved away. And he always felt very strongly that these young men who, in many cases, may not have volunteered to do the work, should be recognised for it because they were brave, because they were being shot at too. The Chinese artillery rounds didn't distinguish between civilian and soldier, so many of the porters were killed, and they were very brave young men. And my father and his comrades could not have done their job without them.
As my son said, we just couldn't have managed without them. I mean, everything we needed for the daily grind, the daily war, not only fighting, just for living. It was brought up to us, and it's brought up to us by young men, some boys, probably some 13, 14, and they brought the equipment up, they brought the ammunition up, they brought water up, and then they'd go down, they'd probably be taking some of the rubbish and refuse down, and best of all, or worst of all perhaps, they took the wounded down and they took the dead down, and they treated them with respect and reverence. Well, the change is incredible. When I last saw Seoul, well, in 1950, 51, it was burning from end to end when we came back through it. And now to see it, it's like phoenix rising from the ashes. It's hardly believable the amount of industry and the amount of energy that's gone into rebuild, not only Seoul, by the way, the whole of Korea. And there's an whole vibrancy about the place, the movement and the traffic, and everyone seems to have a reason to be doing something and to go somewhere. And it's wonderful to see. And it makes me feel that I left the place a better one than I found it in.
And left my father with 6 children to bring up all by himself, and he did. And I think one of the reasons he did that very successfully was because he had been a soldier and he was disciplined, and he passed that discipline on to us, so that we grew up knowing right from wrong. And later on, when I joined the army and my father told me more about his experiences in Korea, I realised that he was really a hero. But to me, he had always been a hero. He's not very tall, my father. He's about 5'2.5".
Bit more than that.
5'3".
Make it 5'4".
All right, he's 5'4", but to me, he's 10 foot tall. He's the tallest man I know.